Okay, happy Sunday morning. I'm working on Glen's Stair. This is a stair. It's actually a handrail system for Glen. He's got this barn dominium. It's pretty cool. And he's got these temporary rails up. And I got the first video on this already up. And I needed to make some corrections. I didn't have the stair the correct width, and I didn't have this length here correct. I took it off of the original drawings, which I should not have done. Sometimes when you're kind of in a mode, that's not the 2D plan image. Pix. That's weird. Oh, there it is. So I took it off of this original drawing. You can see that the floor plan called for the stair to be over here. And I wonder if I just have the plan shifted wrong, if I shifted it over to there. Actually, I think what I made the mistake of doing was not realizing that, yeah, there's a wall that comes out here. So I had the plan shifted. In any event, that's cool that I figured this out. But you can see the stair is wider than the original plan called for. So anyway, these are all the little details you have to work out if you're trying to get this accurate. And the only real help this can provide is if it is accurate, right? Because if I'm just gonna, plot some drawings and he's just gonna look at it, as a guide, that's good. But the only way to really use it as a true guide is to be able to dimension these things and actually provide some help. And that's what I do at atdrafting.com, is hopefully help people with their projects. I was opening up the sheets in Layout here. Layout is the software that comes with Sketchup Pro, and it's actually where you set up your drawing sheets. It's like your construction documents helper. And you see here, you can see I'm in the process of fixing this, but here I was going to show the spacing on the post and all that kind of stuff. And then over here you'd see the height of the rail, which I need to look at. So there's no reason for me to be doing this if I can't provide accurate help. So the other thing I realized I need to do here is to put a dimension that helps me understand the total length, which would be from there. Well, the opening length is what I'm looking at here. I realize now that that might be a little confusing to show, but that dimension was supposed to be, let's see, he texted me with these, and it was 314.5. So is that right? 26 times 12 is, yeah, that is correct. 26 feet 2.5. Okay, so that's correct. So this one's going to be correct now. And anyway, I just thought I would turn the pooter on, turn the live stream pooter on, and share some of this with you. I'm going to turn this image off because it's annoying. And what happened is, when I was moving the stair over, I got my wall cockeyed, just a little cockeyed. That's a construction joke. And so I'm trying to fix it. So this line right here, this construction line, is the 252 inches from here. So if I go to there, yeah, if I type in 252, yeah, you won't see anything because it's just overlaid that line. So that wall is there. So anyway, I thought I would just turn on the computer and the live streamer. Let me fix this wall. Am I editing? I might not be editing. No, I wasn't editing. Now I am. And we'll get this right. And you see, I just want to make sure I am. There was something weird about this. That the wall got twisted. And why I just drew that line into infinity, I don't know. Oh, I drew it to there by accident. Let's do it. Well, aren't we just starting off good on a Sunday morning? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of all these guidelines because I think the guidelines are off here, and I want to, since I know this point is right, that point right there is right because I checked it. I'm going to start this wall back here. Actually, I'm going to go from there. So you can check, you can kind of know when you're right because you've got your axis colors. Like that green axis was horizontal and this blue axis is vertical, you know, on the z-axis. Oh God, excuse me. Excuse me, Jesus, didn't mean to cuss on Sunday. But I got stuck in, I hate it when I get stuck in a wall. There ought to be anti-wall getting stuck protection in the SketchUp. Okay, so I know that's correct now. Because there's nothing funky going on. Oops. And now I can just bring this over to there and bring it up to here. And we're all good. Fix this little part. I should have fixed this before I start live streaming because, oh wait. That was actually correct, Bob. This was supposed to go down. You know, it occurs to me there's so many little sort of funny adages we have in construction. And like just that's correct, Bob. That's a little funny thing that Norm Abram used to say to Bob Vila in This Old House back in the old days when this old house was first started. Bob Vila, you know, he was a showman, but he wasn't an expert in construction. Well, whenever he would make a comment that was correct, Norm would always say, "That's correct, Bob." And so now when we want to make fun of somebody because they think they're smart, we say, "That's correct, Bob." Anyway, lots of little funny traditions in construction. It's fun stuff. You don't and honestly 19 point, is it 7.5? You don't see traditions much in construction. It's kind of sad because, oh, it was 19 and a half. It's kind of sad because that, you know, construction work is really hard work, and so all these little traditions that we had made it kind of fun. This is that register that is in there. And since I had to move the wall over, I had to move the register over because it's right here. No, that's not it. It's right there. And so I'm trying to make sure the spacing doesn't get in the way. And now this one is at 163 1/4. 163 1/4. I got those wrong once. I'm just checking. So yeah. 1.25. I still get a chuckle out of that, because Bob Vila always wanted to be like Norm, and he just never quite. I mean, he was a great spokesperson, but he was always really stiff and just too stiff, you know. And Norm would just be natural, and you know, you could tell he was the craftsman. And it was so funny. That's correct, Bob. I don't know why I still get a kick out of that. It's really funny. So now that this is correct, let's see if we have any comments. Come on, people, get out of bed on Sunday morning. You can do it. I mean, it's almost lunchtime, for God's sake. It's 10:17. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and went and ate breakfast with Alex. If I can do it, you can do it. So there's a couple of issues here. I got to respace these, and for some reason my little, oh, I know what it is. These bolts are poking out, causing my little group to have a weird edge, like this thing here. So you got to be careful. I want to select that corner right there, because what I want to do is space these things again. So I'm going to lock my axis by hitting the shift key. You see now I'm locked on the red axis, and now I can just go over here and pick that point. And now I can pick this point, and I'm going to copy these over to here. I'm going to lock the axis again. I'm going to pick that point, and I'm going to say divide by 4. So what I did was I copied it, and I divided it by 4. In other words, I told it to put 1, 2, 3 posts there. These should be close to like 5 feet. Yeah. I think that's a little far apart. I wanted to add one more post, but Glen's the boss. It's his stair. He decided, no, I ain't doing that. That's his prerogative. You don't mess with Bobby Brown. I think I had too much coffee this morning when I went to see Alex. So I had my cup of coffee, which is dark roast from some Mexican mafia in Central America, and but it's really good. And I don't know what. Yeah, I've had too much caffeine this morning, because it's like. And look, I was smart. I made these rods a component, so I could just fix one of them. Sometimes, you know, I hate to say it, but I amaze myself. And no, I haven't had cocaine. It's coffee, I promise you. Let's see, I think that was 4, and I'm going to have to redo the spacing now, because he wants these bars, I think, at 3/4 instead of 1 inch. So now I got to is that in the center? That little blue dot means it's in the center of that expanse. And what I'm going to do is go down here and we'll lock my axis, because you see I'm not lined up with that perfectly. Right, now I'm going to divide this line up. Well, that didn't work. That went all the way to the floor. I want to go to this point. Why did it, when I select, that's bizarre. Whenever I select, sometimes you see that I'm selecting that point, and then it's bouncing, it's jumping all the way to the floor. Oh, so why is it jumping down to there? There's nothing down there, so that's a little bizarre. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw me a line right there, and then I'm going to delete this. So right now I'm in like la la land because I have no idea why this is acting this way. I think what I need to do is go out of this group. I was inside that component and something was acting strange. I'm trying to get me a line here, 1.75. I mean, I found this the easiest way to do this, where you can, I'm just going to there, so I'm going to lock the axis, and I'm going to select that point. And you see, for some reason, since I wasn't in that component, editing it, it did what I wanted it to do. Now I'm going to divide this, and and if you hold it still long enough, you'll see, okay, so 4 and 11/16 is too far apart, 4 and an 8. So if we have, but let's look at that. If we do 4 and 11/16, and our rods are 3/4, we'll still have less than 4 inches. And if we went to 5.5, that would be too much. The first thing I need to do though is find out why my rail is not 36 inches tall. It just occurred to me. I thought I had made this 36 to here, and it is not. So I'm glad I thought to check this, because I'm going to raise this up a 1/2 inch. You notice when I was showing you the layout drawing a few minutes ago, I'm having trouble inferencing this morning. There we go. And I can't believe that handrail is that much short. It's like 1.5 inches short. Here, look at this one. It's longer than it's supposed to be. I'm glad I caught that. So I'm going to cut that back. Let's see. Is that a component? No good. I want to pull that back. Oops, to there. And that should be 36 inches. Yeah. And I want to take this and make it a 1/2 inch higher too. So you'll get a little, you don't want it to be, you don't want that chamfer. This is another thing. Chamfer and camphor. Bob Vila would say chamfer, and Norm would say camphor. And of course, Norm is always right when it comes to woodworking and carpentry. Now I had all these. Look at that. I made all those mid rails, mid posts, a component, and since I raised that one up, they all raised up. Isn't that smart? That's why you want to use components as much as you can. I had to make this one unique because this one just notched out on that side, and this one in the corner notched out 2 ways, so I couldn't make these. It wasn't unique. Had to be unique, and that's why. Alright, let's stop talking and get on the blue axis and get a 1/2 inch up. There we go. Now some people would make this now why does that not have bolts on it? Some people would make this a 1/2 post and just slice it down the middle instead of having a hole. I'm gonna borrow these bolts here. Then I'm going to cut them. Then I'm going to go into this one and I'm going to paste it in that component. Anybody else missing bolts? This one might be better off using like pocket screws or something. I haven't figured out. I haven't decided on that one. Maybe Glen can in this one. Well, I've got one bolt here, there. Probably could have done two. But the corner really doesn't need that much because you've got rails coming. You know, the corner is going to be really strong no matter what you do, really. You could just shoot that in with trim nails. And the way it's locked in, the way I got it notched out and everything. Hey, what is that? That's on the wrong. That ain't drywall. That's some kind of weird blue stuff. Uh, now we're back to square one. Now what we can do is get this spacing correct. So I'm going to draw me a line from here down to here. Now, what I was suggesting that Glen do is put a bullnose, and I'm still going to suggest that. So while I'm in correcting mode, I'm going to show you what this bullnose looks like. I'm just going to draw a profile right here. Let's see, I'm going to draw it over here. It would go back, let's see, 4 inches. Let's just, and it would come up and, let's see, here it would be, let's see, yeah, 3/4 here. It would come to here, and then it would go out an inch. Let's see, no, it comes out an inch and 3/4, 1.75. Yeah, and then it comes down to there, and then it goes up to there. But then it has a let's get this all. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I should have made this a group. Let's make this. Let's do that and make this a group. Now let's see what I did to the wall. I was afraid of that. When you make something a group, it kind of it steals that geometry from really. And really, I should be doing this outside of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. Then I'm going to go outside of this. See that fuzzy dotted line? That means I'm editing these walls. So I want to go outside of that, and I want to paste this back in there. Now I don't have to worry about this sticking to that. Right. So how this works is, let's see, is this 3/4, right? Yeah. You can get these with different you can get it with a 1/2 inch or 3/4 there. But then what it does is I believe it goes down it's probably just an inch. Let's see. So then we go here, there, here, here, and then it has a radius, and I'm not quite sure. Let's see. I believe it's a 1/4 inch. That didn't want to snap, did it? This will probably snap. Yeah, and then it does this circular. Okay. And you can delete this, that, and all this. kind of like that. The radius is probably a little different, but we're going to go with that for now. And so what I'm going to do is push this back against the wall, and because I want to do a follow me here to make it easier on myself, and I'll show you how the follow me works. So what we want to do is take, and we're going to create a path that I know works. We're going to go out in case I have to do it on the other end. Okay, we're out 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to bring our path around here because I have to make this a polyline. Let's see. I think, was this 2 inches? Yeah, that's what I need is these posts to go away for a minute. Did I do that? Did I put those in the right? I did. Well, I'm smart. I'm a smarty pants. So what I'm going to do is put a line from here down to here. I'm going to inference that, or use that corner as a reference. Then I'm going to fix this little booger right here where it was short. And then I'm going to pick these line segments. Oops, not that. Not that. Jesus. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, good Lord. Somehow I got into edit mode. You see? Now I can paste these back. Now I can select that one. There we go. I'm going to weld those together. Now I've got myself like a polyline. I've got a path. And this makes this easier to do. And I'm going to cut that path. And I'm going to place it inside this group. Paste in place. And now I'm going to use the follow me tool. And you'll see some magic happen. Boom. Got our nice bully nose. Bull nose. Okay. And the reason that is helpful is because when it gets to this corner down here, I don't have to worry about mitering it and all that stuff. Just works. Now I just realized, poo on me. I just realized that that needs to come out 3/4. But since this is a group now, I can move it 3/4 this way, 3/4, and I can move it 3/4 this way, 3/4. Is that right? Looks right. Because I need to put a band around there. And so I can do this. Now I can edit it and fix it. Grab the end of it and pull it back. Okie dokie. Why are we not moving? But you can see that profile, follow that path all the way around. I selected that whole end and it should have, why is that not moving? That is bizarre. Let's see if it'll push pull. Oh, you know where it was? It didn't want to go because of that path. Let's delete that thing. Oops. We're going to hide that little booger. So now we're going to move this back over 12 inches. That was a little bizarre. Sometimes there's little things like that, and you don't know what's wrong until you kind of experience it. And we're going to go over here. This is, now this right here, how do we want to handle this? I think what we want to do is bring this to the corner here. Let's see, we'll just push pull since I can see this one. I think that's going to look nicer there. And what we'll do is we'll pull us a little line right here and show that it's notched. Push pull this back to there. Then we'll get our little line there that shows it's notched out, and see. Now if this had been, and then we'll hide that line. If this had been, you know, done all at the same time, we would have made this skirt end up right here. This would at this point would have come all the way up to here and flattened off right there, but that's just one of those little things I think we're going to have to live with. And then the other thing is, I wanted to put and I'm not quite sure how he's going to do this. I'm still going to, you can either, the thing about it is he can either, oh man, there's lots of issues here. And this is the thing about this. There's all kinds of details that that go into this, and if you don't plan it out like this, let's turn the plan image on. There's this wall that I forgot about right here, and it comes out to there. It comes out just before that. Let's put these registers in the right place, and then I want to see how that works out. That register is at 163. Huh, that was in the right place. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't change. I had already fixed that dimension. So I'm trying to decide if I just go off this plan and I pick a point, looks like it's going to be close. If I go 11 feet 9, maybe I'll get Glen to help me fix this. But there's a wall that comes out flush with the why is that not closing? You're like, why are you asking me? What are you asking me for, dude? Oh, okay. So, and for now, I'm just going to close this off. So that's pretty close. But the thing about it is that drywall actually comes out a 1/2 inch. Like that. You see, and he told me this. So if you come over here and you're looking at this, you can even see that there's kind of a raggedy edge up there. And what I want to do is, and then you see the ceiling material is on the bottom of the joist right here. So what I want to do is cover up all that. Now, I don't know. It's up to Glen. It depends on how he wants this to look really in the end. It may not be a big deal, but what would be cool, and I don't think this isn't going to change. Is this going to change the spacing? It will change the spacing, but I can always, that's easy to fix if he doesn't like what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is well, what would be the best solution here? I need to talk to him about this because I think what I'm going to do is I need to ask him about this. So I think for now what I'm going to do is fix these rods. Let's turn our post back on. Why do I feel like I have an ant crawling on my hand? What the heck? The tiny shack's got ants already? That was weird. Do I have a hitchhiker? Okay. Again, too much coffee. Alright, so let's turn the post back on. And that spacing is good. This spacing was good. I think for now what I'm going to do is, because this would really affect let's push this back 3/4. Let's just put this back 3/4 and 3/4. Okay, so that'll work out better. For now, that's what we're going to do, and then I'll talk to him and see what he wants to do. And then, yeah, and then this would be 3/4 of an inch short over here. And why is my floor missing over here? Oh, I never fixed this. Let's see. We have a line. Do we have a line right here? So what we want to do is draw a line here to here to make sure the floor is sectioned off. And then we're going to pull it over to here. I'm not really that concerned about all this other stuff. I just want it to be kind of somewhat representative of what we're doing. I'm going to go back out of this, go back into this, and then we can just use the push-pull tool. The nice thing about working in this perspective mode is that you can see, you can get to kind of where you can see both edges. Like if you're trying to reference something, I can see that edge and that edge too. So I can just grab that edge and go to that edge. Why is that cockeyed? Oh, it's not. I'm going to pull this back. That's what that is. Okay. We're going to leave it like that for now, and then I'm going to talk to Glen. But I really think it would be nice to have that bullnose around there, because right now he's just got carpet. The carpet's just rolled over the edge. That's a little bit, I would like to know how thick this thing is. I think it's 3/4. I think I'm actually correct in what I'm assuming. There should be a 1x that covers this 2x12 that butts into that and puts all this on the same plane. But for now, I'm going to fix the spacing and the rods, and then we'll talk We won't talk, Buster. But I'm getting a lot of this worked out. Let's see if I have any. Alright, we got some talkage going on here. Hey Richard, how's it going? I'm going to look into coming back early 2024 now. Okay, cool. I can come back any sooner now because money going missing is. Oh man, that woman. It's too bad she can't be prosecuted. Hey Warsaw Patriot, how's it going? Are the balusters wood or steel? The these posts are. Hey Gary, how's it going? Good to see you. Morning, my friend in the woods. Yeah, I really enjoy these. Maybe if you had drawn my plans, I'd be done with my remodel. That's funny. These posts are wood. The posts are wood, and these rods are like 3/4 inch steel, metal. And then so these wood, and I'm gonna when I get done, I'll probably put the color on back on these. Let's see. Sometimes the thing about it is when you're printing drawings, I always struggle with this. In the industry, in the architecture and engineering industry, construction, we call it AEC, architecture, engineering, and construction. So in AEC world, you're not really supposed to print things in color, right? It's a faux pas. So you're supposed to set up your sheets like a professional. And so I struggle with this because I really want to show them in color. Like I want to select this. I think this actually is a color. I just washed it out. Oops. I meant to. I didn't mean to do that. What did I do? Okay. But if I select this, I think it's actually a color. No, I guess it's not. Yeah, it is. I forgot what the see, I messed it up. So now I gotta figure out what the I messed it up, man. I gotta figure out what the color number is. Like if I go to RGB, I gotta figure out it's not treated pine. I see what you did. You got me off on this tangent. There we go. That's good enough for now. It's it's not really that dark. So I really want to do it. It's just that when I start to print it, the reason we don't. I mean honestly, the reason we don't print in color is because let's say this wall was gray and this wall was blue and your carpet was green. Your sheet would weigh 2 pounds with ink. You can imagine a 24 by 36-inch sheet, drawing sheet full of ink would just be, the paper would be all wrinkledy, wet. It'd be like you ran this under the water faucet and then let it dry out. It's just, it's a mess. So that's why we only usually print in black and white. And plus, when you're drawing, it's easier to see sometimes. Like right now, I can see this construction line better, and I'm getting ready to. The thing about this is, I need to understand whether he's going to do this. Well, I know he's going to do the bull nose, so I ain't worried about that. All right, so what we're going to do? What am I going to do? And we Southerners have a tendency to run our words together. What am I going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw me a line from there to here. And then I'm going to divide it because I got to respace these rods. So what we want is we can only have 4 inches or less between our rods, and they're going to be 3/4. But I want to set it up to where they might be a half, just in case. So I don't want it to be more. I really don't want it to be more than yeah. So if it's 4 13/16, we're good. If they're half, and if they're 3/4, that's even better. So that's how many? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rods. I think that's what he wanted to do. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. So is that right? If we take off an inch, that would be 3 13/16. I think that's probably what he wants to do. So see, now I can select all these and make them a group. My eyes are getting water in it for some reason. I can't and I need to find the center. I may just redo these. I'm trying to decide. Well, I'm not sure I can actually get the yeah, I think I'm going to redo these. These are, the reason I'm doing this because these are 1 inch. And I thought at first he wanted to use 1 inch. So what was that again? It was, that's the middle. This is the, yeah, 4 13/16. So now what I want to do is draw myself a 3/4 inch. So that'd be 3/8 would be half of that. And I'm going to pull this all the way. See if I can grab that little nippy on the end. There we go. Go all the way over to here. To that point. And now what I want to do is make a group out of that and make it a component. Great. And now I want to copy it. Forward 13/16. So let's see. Times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a lot of space, doesn't it? It's probably an optical illusion. That is 4 1/16. How did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna have to have 7. That's just too risky. It's just too risky. Can't risk it. And I gotta get out of the wall here. See if I've got any more comments. No more comments. I guess I didn't mean to ignore y'all for so long. Wish I could stay out of editing that wall. So for some reason I keep going into edit mode in the wall and I can't figure out why. I'm just going to delete this too. I just want to start from scratch. I'm going to get out of this wall editing mode and I'm going to get rid of these guidelines. Alright, so I want to use what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I had this figured out. It's funny how you think you got it and you don't. 1.75. That's the middle. For some reason I keep feeling like I'm not in the middle. I don't understand. If I took off an inch, for some reason, I think this has to do with I think it has to do with the way I have the tolerance set up, because I shouldn't have had 4 inches. Let's see, I want to go. I want to make a. I need to make a group out of this, because if I don't, my radius will be sticking to it. Now I don't have to worry about it. And that was like 4 1/4. What's the radius? What is our I gotta set it 1/16. That should be, tolerance on that should be good. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. We want to go 3/8. 3/8. Okay, and now we're going to make this a group and a component. Wait, okay, so now we've got it a component. It's going to be easier to copy this down with it out being a rod already. Times 6. And as soon as I get it right, yeah, that's about right. So now when I pull this across, I don't have to worry about, I'll be able to, I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about it not being able to see the point. Let's see if I can get lucky and see I'm gonna grab that very end. There we go, got lucky. There. That looks pretty good, I like that. You can see how much difference there is. So I'm gonna get rid of these. And I'm going to let's see here. I'm going to copy these around and make them unique. Make a group. So I should just be able to move those over. Yeah, that width, see? And now I got it in the middle. Now what I gotta do is go in here and make these unique, because they're not long enough and I don't want them to this is one thing cool about components. I can go in and select all of these, and all the ones that I select will be new components, make unique, that are different than those. So now I can just grab one of these, and it figures it'd be stuck in there, so I can't see the end of it, but it's okay. I can pull it back for a second, and then I can get where I can see and use the push pull tool. Well, now I've already got that selected. There we go. To there, and we're good. Looking awesome. Looking awesome. We can get rid of our guidelines now. I call them construction lines. They call them guidelines. Now we have this one more issue here of this is where it gets a little weird, because I think what we want to do is raise this up, because I need to be able to get these bars closer together on alignment. So we want to raise that to there. And then, let's see, it can't be more than, yeah, it'll be fine. I'm going to have to just raise this up probably an inch. What is that, inch and a half? And then these two are components, so I just gotta fix one. And I'll set myself a guideline to raise it up with. Did I get any more comments? No more comments. This might look a little better if it's, you just have to kind of use this is to taste here. This might look a little better if it was up a little bit more. Maybe a quarter of an inch more, something like that. I like to put those little pine cone things or something on top, or you can just leave it. This is kind of a rustic home. It's a barn dominium, so was that 4 1/4? Yeah, so we're gonna start out with that, and we're gonna get rid of these. Ooh, my laptop is burning up. That part that gets hot is let's see, I don't need the spacing now, but I do need to get a center line. That would be 1.75 inches. Sorry, metric people. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. And what we have to do here is we need to get us like a work surface here. So we need to come out, come down. This is a little trick you can do, because I need to get this where I can what am I going to do here? What am I doing? Okay, I need to get this angle. I know what I need to do. I need to push this back. This may seem convoluted, but that's on this way I like to do it. I need to get the angle of the handrail over there, okay? And since I'm at an angle, I need to get another need to get a line 90 degrees to that one. Let's see, let's go back this way. 90 degrees, 90. Okay, I don't know, maybe you'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. I need to get this down here, and I need to get this, oops. I know a lot of you people are like, I don't know, I'll do it this way. Okay, whatever floats your boat. I need to get the 3/8. I needed to get this radius at that angle because that's the way I had to do it. I had to get it. I had to get that. Now I can just delete all this other stuff. Sometimes instead of just, trying to be too technical, you just get her done, So, let's make this a component right quick. I don't know why I'm in the habit of making a group first. And we're going to run this. Oops, I picked the wrong button. Push pull. I'm going to run that up there. And I'm going to run it down here. Oh, I got stuck in the floor. It's always the floor. It's always the floor. Grab that little end. And I'm just going to run this into there for right now. I'll fix that later. I'll trim it back. And then we're going to get rid of all these crazy guidelines. And now we can copy this down. Did I make that a component? Yeah, I did. So now I can go, what was it, 4 1/4? 4.25. What was it? I feel like I'm not lined up. I'm not lined up. So let's go here. That was 3 7/8. I remember that. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, you got to get this top edge. Well, you got to get the center line. So I got to get the center. So I need to go from here. I need to go down 3/8, which is the center of the other one. And let's try that. Let's try that. So now let's go down. What is this? I believe it was 4 1/4. That's what I remember. Times 6. There we go. The issue I ran into was the building inspector, depending on who you talk to and what building inspector, they may make him put another one here. Like that. Because they may say this space is too big. So we'll show it like that, and then he can decide what he wants to do. Let's see, delete guidelines, and looking pretty snazzy. Alright, so let's go to our views. Let's go to our front elevation. I've got a section going for this, and now let's go to our long side elevation, and we will go to our stair elevation like that. Yep, looking pretty snazzy. And so we'll save this, and let's go see if we have any more comments. Nope. And we'll go back to here, and we can update our references, and that figures all of our dimensions are wrong. Well, these should be, let me fix this. Oh, this needs to be from there to, oh darn it, I knew I was going to do that. Did I get an eighth of an inch off? Let's just do a new dimension. Let's go, and this is one thing about radiused edges. Um, 2 foot 11 and a half. I need to find out what he's going to do on this bull nose, because that's going to affect the height. But if I select all these, I think I can reconnect this to the model. Aha, that's perfect. So I didn't really change any of this, so I should have been able to reconnect those dimensions to the model. And you know what, that's a mistake. You know what, I just realized I deleted those posts, and that's what I get for deleting those posts. Let's see if I can connect any of this back. I know I can't, but I'm just going to try. Oh, I connected one, which doesn't make any sense. Alright, so let's see if we can do this without too much damage. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. What is going on here? Yeah, sometimes you lose your scale, so I'll just have to delete these, do them over, no big deal. It's just one little spot. I'm going to dimension these from here though, see? So and you will end up with a little difference sometimes. I'm not sure why. We may have to check the spacing on these. But if I'm careful, yeah, I thought I copied, I'll have to check that. So it looks like to me that if we go over, these two need to be moved over a quarter. Let's go check that. That would make that 5 feet. And this one needs to be moved over 3/8. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that works. So this is the thing. If I had just moved these without recopying them, without remaking them, those dimensions they're associative. So I should have just moved the posts that were there. This is like a lesson you learn. So I'm going to save the drawing and go back, and now I can update this, and we'll see how that affected. Yeah, see, got all those spaced evenly now. And that may not be true in real life. There may be a 16th or an 8th difference in those. And one thing I want to do is put a dimension on here to show him that I do in fact have it, and that dimension is all the way to there. And 252. Oh, I see. Yeah, that 252 was to the. I thought I had fixed this. All of these edges on this stair should be. Can I do it without selecting those? I don't want to select. I don't want to select that or any. I just want to select these edges. I need to quit. Something doesn't feel right about that. I want to check it about what I selected there. But these all need to come out. Oh man. I told you something didn't feel right about the way I selected that. Oh, I don't want this one though. I don't want to move this one because it's right. Alright, maybe that'll help me fix this. I need this edge to be lined up with that edge right there. And then this edge was 1 inch back. Oh, that's right. Huh, it's already back where it's supposed to be. Okay, good. And then the stair was 46 3/4 overall. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Bob. to get out of this editing mode and get rid of our guidelines and do our front elevation again. And we're going to save it. I'd like to get rid of this. If I draw this, this is bothering me. If I draw, I can't get rid of that, can I? I got a cut here. Let's view the section planes for a second and we'll see if I can make that look. I don't like that blue edge that let's look at our style for a second. Section fill. I don't know why this is not showing a it's not something's weird. We'll just, oh man. I don't know why that's annoying me, but it was. Alright, now let's go back to our front elevation. Okay. Oh, well, that's why I had it not showing up over here, because it was annoying me. Okay. Shouldn't have had to worry about that after all, huh? Alright. And we're going to put us a dimension right here. Now, this is the thing. Right now I have this, I don't know why it's saying 36 and an eighth. I came up 36 and 5/8. That has to do with the way I'm measuring from here. Oh, that makes sense actually, because the bull nose is we'll just have to look at that. We're going to have to look at that. And this needs to be, I thought I had fixed this already. This is why we need to have a discussion about this. If he does put this bull nose in, I'll have to raise the rail up a little bit. So that's one question we're going to have to be. And then this, let's see if I can reconnect. Why is that? I had this moved over. Yeah, I had this moved over a little bit, and then I had this on the cut line. Yeah, like that. This should be reconnectable. No. Here, what I want to do is show that the stair is 46 3/4, but it kind of is interfering with I think I want to do away with this one. You want to kind of keep these dimensions simple. Yeah, that's right. That's the way we want to do. These dimensions here are kind of irrelevant on this plan view, so I'm trying to get that and delete it. Yeah. What's important here is the fact that I have these dimensions, and why the posts are not turned on in this plan view. Let's see, update. Oh, that's right, they are. You just can't see them because they're covered by the handrail. So there's really not a lot to see in this view. I just have this here because it's a traditional thing to do. This should be over here. This should be gone. And yeah, let's move this over a little bit. And then we'll move our there. This is really not much to look at here, but you know, we typically have a floor plan, so we'll just go ahead and include it. And this whole thing can be moved over. Oops, not that. I don't want that. I want all this stuff. Oops. Not sure where that shadow's coming from. I'm not going to worry about it too much. This viewport doesn't want to cooperate for some reason. I'm not sure why. Keeps wanting to move on me. That's good enough for now. So we can talk about dimensions and stuff. And I think I'm going to pull this on over to there. Yeah. Yeah, these viewports look, they're shifting on me. What the heck is going on here? That one shifted too. Let's save this. And alright, so what I'm going to do is send this. Hello, Bearded Lunchbox. Hello, Jennifer Bruce. Thanks for joining us. I'm working on this interior stair for this guy. He's let's turn our pics on. Pictures. He's got this barred aluminium, and you can see he's just got this rough construction handrail around it for right now, which is what we normally do. And he's just got these 2x12 framing here showing, and this drywall sticking out, and got a few little issues going on. So he asked me to help him with a handrail. He had somebody manufacture, pre-build this stair, and he bolted it there. So what I'm helping him with is this handrail design, and so he's going to use some sort of rough sawn, not rough sawn, but some post here at the top rail. The reason we have to have this handrail over here is because this handrail doesn't meet code. This one does. You got to be able to grasp it, and this is that profile. This is that profile. You really can't see it, but since it returns to the wall, the other thing, your handrail has to return to the wall. Well, there's a good way to show the profile. See that sort of oval profile? That means you can get your hand around it. It's got to be graspable, and it also has to return to the wall. You can't just leave it sticking out, because up here, the idea there is that you can get your sleeves kind of caught on it. And if you're going down the stair, you know, going up the stair is not that big a deal, but if you're going down the stair and you get your sleeve, I've actually done this before, get your sleeve caught over the end of that, then you're kind of got jerked back, and you can, you know, it can make you trip and go down the, fall down the stair. If I get stuck in the wall, it's really more dangerous than. And I just realized my some of these treads need to be fixed. All these need to be, I don't want to select, let's see, all of these down to there, and I grab these, and they just go over to the, I had that stair too short, too narrow, so I had to make it bigger. And then my treads got bigger. Alright, so there we'll go, our stair elevation now. And our front elevation. That's what I'm calling the front elevation. And the long side elevation there. And we'll go back to finish up with our stair elevation. And so I'm done. I'm going to submit this, well, done for now. I'm going to submit this drawing to Glen, and see how he wants to handle this bullnose here, whether he wants to put the bullnose or not around the edge. And the main reason I had the bullnose there was because in these pictures you can see that the carpet is just wrapped, just rolled over the edge, and this is what the carpet layers would do. They would just kind of roll it over, tuck it, and staple it. And what you're supposed to do, if you're, I'm not talking about Glen, but carpenters are supposed to put a bullnose here that, let me put this back in a different mode so we can see better. This is like the printing style. We'll select this style so we can see. Okay, what happened? Okay. Well, anyway, right here is a good way to look at it. The bullnose is got a notch in it, like that, and then it's got this radius. And typically what you would do is you would put a piece of trim over this framing, a piece of like a 1x12, and then you'd hook that bullnose over it. This would be hooked over the bullnose, but I don't think he wants to put the bullnose I don't think he wants to put the bullnose all around this edge. But if he doesn't, he won't be able to cover up this edge here of the drywall hanging down. So I need to get him to decide on that, and I can wrap this up for him. But I appreciate everybody watching. It's always fun to have people make comments, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks a bunch.